Oh, one thing that's very funny to note. This is like the single Japanese game that we know of where pressing X is actually to select instead of circle.
Yeah.
Because that's going to get us very controller tied. I'm going to try my best to fight that urge to press circle for everything.
The funny story about that.
Oop, this is the other controller.
That would be you. Funny story about that.
Yeah.
One of the many reasons why Japan hates the PS5, in addition to it being fucking enormous.
Yep.
In fucking Jim Ryan's now ended quest to globalize everything / westernize everything about PlayStation.
Yeah.
They changed the buttons so that universally, even in Japan, confirm on the PS5 is now on X instead of on circle.
That must be so weird for them to come to terms with. The first one, right?
Yeah, the first one. And so they actually got upset about that. What I heard the Japanese audience, second from the bottom. Is,
yeah.
I heard that the Japanese audience got actually vilely upset about that.
Wow. Okay. Damn.
Because it's like, that is 25 years of gaming history to that point. Something doing that to appease the filthy gaijins.
Yeah, I was gonna say something Western imperialism encroaching their way onto our island again.
It's not even American imperialism, it's British imperialism.
Yeah, even worse.
It's gonna be really funny when in March he finally fucking leaves and all of the Kojuro time.
Yeah.
When all of the stupid policies that we've gotten ever since 2018 finally get reversed immediately because the new CEO or interim CEO or whatever they're having is actually a Japanese man again.
Yeah. We got him gone. We got Bobby leaving fucking Activision. It's a good time to be a fan right now of video games, and also a fan of hating CEOs.
Now we just need to get rid of Phil Spencer.
I don't think Phil's that bad.
Oh yes, he is.
For Microsoft?
Yes.
Interesting. Oh, fuck. We gotta lose the second player here.
No, you don't.
Don't we?
It's not active.
On the top right there?
That's your partner character.
Oh, yeah. Okay, sorry about that.
So your tag is to switch characters is L1X. Do you want to?
I will use all of these.
Okay. Do you want to leave it at Sasuke or do you want to switch him up?
You know what? Just play it safe for the start here. What?
The one on the right.
Okay. Oh, it's like an auto switch almost. That seems like a little bit annoying. All right. Yes?
One of the left.
Okay.
So Kojuro's story is about recovering from their horrific loss against Mitsunari during the Battle of Odawara. And so it's them trying to get away and then recover. And they're having a hell of a time just getting back home, much less recovering. It is going to be a treacherous trek back home.
If you have the time whatsoever to give it a shot, I highly recommend the Sengoku Basara anime, seasons 1 and 2. Really good shit across the board, and actually a really good introduction to getting into the series. Like the hell that these two go through and the guilt that Masamune feels afterwards from Kojuro being injured is fucking insane.
Yeah. If you just want to stream it, the anime is on Crunchyroll / Funimation's platform if you still have it. Close it already. I'm tired of double paying. But if you want to buy it on Blu-ray because it's 15 years old, they re-released it so many times that they have collections of seasons 1, 2, and the movie that you can get for like $25. Fucking buy it.
But no, what gives Kojuro especially like importance in this story overall, and what gives his character such brevity is how he's essentially not really the straight man so much. He's more like he's almost playing like an older brother / father figure to Masamune, who is effectively still just a kid, more or less.
Yes, he's the one that has to keep him on as much of the straight and narrow as he can. If you can charge that and it shoots the beam.
Yeah. Okay, so here's one of the weird things about this character also. So
God, I missed that running at 60.
Right? So this Kojuro is a very complicated character. I have not touched him at all in a very long time, but one of the sticking points I do remember him is how actually intricate he is. He is a stance character.
Yes.
Not a stance character like Masamune, where he effectively still plays the same. This is very fun to look at. Yoshimitsu, easy. And they just throw up.
So if these are the ones I'm thinking of that might be later in the stage, these are a set of special NPCs. No, I think those are the ones that are later on. Oh yeah, never mind. It's the ones that are later on. An actual set of named NPCs that don't become playable characters, but are more premium NPCs.
Yeah.
I forget which one is which, but from what I understand, either Kojuro or Masamune, one of them is overtly stated to be 12 years older than the other.
Probably Kojuro over Masamune. And I can believe that. Oopsie. All right, I'm going to try to loosely recall some of the notes I have for this character from before. So he has this stance he can kind of go into. So first of all, you can see this man is left-handed. This could be coming in a little bit important when we go forward a little bit. So one of the bits of intricacy about this character is that at some points during the end of his combos, I forget what the exact points are, he can shift into a stance where he basically just kind of sits there. I'm going to try to go into one. I think it's triangle.
Oh, I should have mentioned this a while ago. Since this is technically an interim game, the controls aren't as basic as they are in 3, but also not as fully advanced as they are in Sumeragi. So you have a square attack, a charge square attack, triangle attack, forward triangle attack.
Yeah.
L1 is your guard. L1 triangle is a special attack. R1 is a special attack, and then your rotating slate of R2 attacks.
Yeah, I'm trying to... Wait, maybe it's not this game where he has the stances. I remember he does in 4, but I'm trying to find it, and looks like...
The one where he goes into the beating your ass mode?
No, not that one. He goes into like a side stance. In a way, Kojuro is essentially the mentor figure for Masamune that keeps him in check for being reckless, basically.
Yeah, it goes along with his title of being the dragon's right eye.
Yeah.
I see what you cannot see. I defend what you cannot.
All right, find it. There it is. Okay, so I'm holding triangle right now, and you can see I'm just rhythmically pressing forward. I'm actually doing multiple attacks one after each other. I don't know exactly what dictates this. It looks like... Oh, he puts his sword on the ground, I think.
Yeah. Because he carries 2 swords.
Yeah.
He... one basic katana and one of them that has the fancy engraving.
Yeah. I actually didn't want to press that.
Select is your taunt. For him, I believe it gives him...
Yo, wait, hold on a sec.
Minor buff.
I saw an aura come up.
Yes, the longer you hold it, your Basara will just recharge by itself.
Hey, I have a thing to show you much later in Devil May Cry 3, actually.
Hang on a sec. Every character recharges a tiny bit of Basara by repeatedly doing their taunts. Kojuro is the only one that can hold it down and just have a full meter charge.
Nice.
Everyone else gets like a centimeter of meter back. Kill that guy with the flag, he's going to infinitely spawn enemies. If you see a character that has a flag on their back.
Yeah. It didn't really make that clear.
In Samurai Warriors terms, they are what's called the standard bearers. In those games, what they do is they make it so that every enemy that you attack before you beat them has a huge buff and takes almost no damage before you beat them down.
Ah. Let's see, up here. There we go. Now I can actually do this. Yeah, so I think the stance might not have been fully fleshed out in this game, but it's like a weird stance you could go into, like, between some moves where he sticks the sword to the ground and you can, like, press directions and he'll do different things.
Yeah. A lot of characters were fully fleshed out in Sumeragi, and that's to the extent that a lot of characters are... Well, every character is given... all 41 characters are given a new move wholly that they've never had before. And characters before who were in 1 and 2 or were re-added into Utage but didn't have a full move list in Utage are actually expanded to be given 2 or 3 new special attacks.
Yeah.
Combine that with the one attack that everyone gives. Some characters are given 4 new attacks that they've never had before to keep them more in line with playability with the newer characters.
Ooh, damn.
And on top of that, that's in addition to characters that have had rebalanced or readjusted mechanics or just improved strength in general.
Yeah.
Like, Mitsunari got a hell of a lot faster going into 4 than he was in even this game. His vortex gets stronger, he attacks faster, and he can call out multiple attacks while still sucking you into the vortex.
God, I love these .png faces on these guys. It's awesome.
Okay, so these are the premium NPCs I was talking about. This is called the Miyoshi 3. They fight with poison-tipped swords, and they also do stupid bullshit.
This looks very funny.
You'll only find them attached to Matsunaga because they're mercenaries for hire that only ever work for him.
Huh. So is Matsunaga on our ass then?
He's the boss of this stage.
Ah, that would do it.
Because this is basically like the part in season 1 of the anime where after... Oh, this is actually 1-to-1, actually. Where after the battle in season 1 with everyone fighting everyone, but Oda fighting Tadakatsu and Masamune. Masamune and everyone are licking their wounds and being treated by the Tiger of Kai, and a bunch of Masamune's men get kidnapped and held for ransom for one of the Tiger of Kai's treasures.
Yeah.
The armor that needs no shield. And so Kojuro is tasked with delivering that treasure to Matsunaga in order to get his men back.
Huh.
And Matsunaga has no intention of actually honoring that deal. He still has all of the hostages laced with explosives. But before he can get to Matsunaga himself, Kojuro has to fight through these three, and they end up poisoning him.
Oh, that's where that comes from. Okay.
Yeah.
That's what leads to Masamune feeling an incredible amount of guilt going into that also.
Yeah.
There's a launcher. Okay, holding down square is what engages the launcher with him. That's a little different from usual characters. I'll take that. How do you switch characters again? Select?
L1 and X. From Basara 4 onwards, they would simplify it to just being press R3.
What, recenter the camera?
Yeah. Well, recenter the camera in 4 onwards is just your guard button. You probably want to face what direction you're guarding in. So the guard is recenter the camera.
Yeah. Got two guys coming in splinter cell me. Nah, I'm good.
Yeah, you can avoid them if you want. They don't really do anything up there.
Yeah. I don't think Masamune is that much fast. Or sorry, Mitsunari is that much faster in the game, so I'm not bothering to bring him out right now.
Nah, you shouldn't really need to. Turn
Yeah.
around. A little more.
Oh, hi.
Yeah, that little inlet there on the map. Not a big deal, especially at this stage in the game, but you can find a lot of stages have little inlets there that have either hidden items or hidden, literally visible on the map.
Yeah.
Or have secret areas where you can find that'll either have caches of healing items or money or a catapult that will just launch you straight to the boss.
Well, you know, may as well just take a look anyway. Well, hidden enough that you can't just be autopiloting super hard. You need to pay attention to the map sometimes.
Well, some of the stages actually do have hidden areas that they don't show you the alcoves for.
Yeah.
But at this point in time, they actually have met because they had a similar conflict in 2 Heroes already.
Yeah. Okay.
Which is funny, actually. In the Sengoku Basara 2 Heroes is before Sumeragi is the only game that has an anime intro instead of a CG intro. And it's really hitting.
Oh, that one. Yeah, I remember that one.
Done by Studio Manglobe, the studio that closed down in 2015 that was most famous for doing Samurai Champloo.
Which is, yeah, that's pretty big. Was it also the Cowboy Bebop one, or I don't think it is?
No.
Same director, different studio. Got it.
Yeah.
Fucking shame.
But so I bring that up because you see an absolutely hideous, both Kojuro and Matsunaga, they have the same face sculpt even. In the Sengoku Basara HD collection that came out a year after this, in spring of 2012, they have an opening for the collection that takes various bits of the CG openings for 1 and 2.
Yeah.
And because 2 Heroes didn't have one, they needed to make up new CG specifically for that intro in the fidelity of a PS2 game CG, instead of using PS3 CG like from 3 and Utage's intros.
Ew.
So they had to create a PS2 CG a couple of seconds to have Masamune Masamune Kojuro face off against Matsunaga.
Hmm.
The CG intros for Basara's 1 and 2 look pretty good, so it's not really an issue.
All right, I just did a different thing. God. Okay, let me check. Is there a move list you can see in here?
Top one?
Okay, because the stances just do not make a lot of sense half the time. I'm trying to make heads or tails of it. Okay, so the stance I'm reaching is by holding down triangle. And occasionally he goes into like this cooldown where he has the left sword still stuck in the ground. If I tap forward, I have... He does this move.
So here's the thing. Moveset is not going to help you in lightest because there are a couple of characters that have different stances or a generic combo that can chain into one of like 12 different combos depending on how you break them up and if you do buffer timing.
What the fuck did I just do?
Your attacks get buffed under hero time.
Do they?
Yes.
But that just gave me a whole new move entirely.
Huh.
Yeah.
But so yeah, there are characters that neither the manuals or the in-game tutorials will ever explain to you. Yoshihiro Shimazu is one of the most complicated characters in this game by virtue of how you can chain his Buster Sword swings into a bunch of different things.
Okay, I got it. You hold down, I think it's after this, you press R2. No, not that one. Was it R1? Trying to pin it down. This character's kind of complicated. He's really fun. Oh, shit.
Will they let you call in your part? Yes, okay, thank God.
Oh, cool.
You can't revive either of them, but you at least have to.
Okay, apparently I gotta go way hard with the mashing there. Holy shit.
This is really funny to me because I was mashing on the harder difficulty and not having as much trouble.
Damn. Kind of odd. Hey, with a command grab to the boatload of damage, my god.
Any character that has a grab special is one of their most damaging attacks. Mitsunari's has the grab that's one of the more powerful damage dealing attacks in the game.
Yeah. Anyway, sorry, Kojo. You just got deleted. Good lord.
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah, I think I found out. Okay, so there's definitely a couple of different things you can do out of some of the stances. It's really cool. Or some of the stances, just the one stance. Like, I think it was R1 or R2 while he had the sword after, like, one of the electric moves. He's so... man. I don't know from earlier. No, characters in this game definitely have a great amount of depth to them.
Yes.
Definitely more so than your average Dynasty Warriors character.
Yes.
I say average. Pirate Warriors can get pretty intricate in their own right sometimes.
3 specifically. 4 really saps all that away.
It kind of does.
Kojuro's joke weapon, if it's not immediately clear, or if you guys aren't immediately familiar, is a giant shakuhachi flute.
Yeah, I saw the holes in the top there.
Yeah, big wooden.
Very big wooden flute. Yeah, this game was made on like a hell of a budget.
Yeah, that's why they only have 8 character stories, and everything else is just, hey, how can we spin the content we already have?
Yeah.
To get wring any more value out of this game.
Like, it really is 100% most notable in the story cutscenes. The fact that the story mode is only 8 characters, which granted, the characters that weren't playable in Sengoku Basara 3 still. And
also, those characters' stories are a third the length of stories in Basara 3.
Literally 3 stages, yeah.
Yeah.
Is he playable? I don't think I saw him in the selection.
Not in the story. He is in the free modes.
Okay.
Gonna have to show off the select screen later because it is a weird ass select screen.
Oh, is it the one where like all the squares on our side?
Yeah, the diamond pattern.
Yeah. All right. I would like to keep Mitsunari as my secondary, but I think we're going to switch things up. Also, I need to switch in run in general. We're going for this outfit now, just to keep things fresh, and also change R2s.
It's not his best alt, but I think it's pretty cool.
It is really neat. I almost wish the regular black was on his default coloring, but this is still pretty good too. Let's see here.
The bars don't mean anything. They're only there if you have them in support mode, not tag mode.
got some generic ass dudes in here. Holy hell.
Just keep going all the way down. You hit the very bottom.
Yeah, I know. I went up and got me at the bottom. I'm just looking around.
Hit left. It'll speed you faster.
Anyone notable? There we go. Dagger Kai?
Yes.
Sure. Hell yeah. Let's have the fun.
Go back up to your special menu real quick.
Yeah. This one.
Yeah.
Okay, I chose this one.
This one is your Moon Slice. If you charge it fully, if it makes contact, it is an instant kill.
I'm gonna.
It works on bosses, so you're gonna want to do that on any of the bosses of this stage under hero time specifically, because if they hit you, they just knock you.
Yeah, I know. It is. Whatever Tashigi's R2 was in Pirate Warriors 3. Again, a little nod to the depth of that game.
Yeah.
It really is like big setup moves. So it's gonna be really cool to try to rip.
So we're saving the best for last then?
Which one? Oh yeah, definitely. Well,
actual overt stance change.
Yeah, that is the last stage, isn't it? Yeah, I'll show it off there. I'm trying to show off the different things you have.
All right. Cool.
I wish the beam was faster though. That feels really gimped by how slow it is on startup.
Yeah, definitely.
You know what?
And now this is the first time we're heading back to.
Sorry, I thought that was a tag button. I've goofed. L1X, right?
Yeah, I know.
Oh, you can jump after the combo window. Got it. Okay.
Yes. Cool. Man, this stage is a lot nicer because you can actually see it.
Yep.
But also, hey, this is the first stage we're coming back to from the old game.
It's really the first one. No, the older one before.
From 3.
Yeah, the older stage was returned.
Oh yeah.
I know. Oh yeah, I remember that.
I was gonna say you can go directly into fighting Keiji. If you go around back behind him, you can actually go around the loop there and trigger what is his name? The joke boss.
Yeah.
And then make it so you skip Keiji's first boss because you fight Keiji twice in this stage. Skip his first fight, so you only have to fight him the second time instead of the first.
Swear to God, this giant weapon still looks like a massive keyblade.
Yeah.
Especially with the hilt.
Oh no, Keiji has massive Kingdom Hearts energy.
Oh yeah, he definitely does. I love him for it.
Yeah. I want to keep playing Kingdom Hearts, but I'm still sort of hung up on Rechain.
How so?
I've been replaying the Kingdom Hearts series very slowly over the last a couple years. Very slowly playing Rechain. I've been enjoying it for the most part, but I got to the Vexen fight. He is Derek Stephen Prince, man.
Oh yeah.
And he is a motherfucker with his ice shield thing.
Oh, I imagine. Jesus.
So I can't wait to, in like 4 years or something, see what his data fight looks like in 2.
And no, he doesn't have one also in 3. That'd be funny.
No.
Yeah, I definitely feel that. I also need to fire up 2 again at some point in time because I never really played the special edition, so I've only played the vanilla American release.
Oh yeah, at some point you also need to play 3 in general.
Yeah.
But 3 is a game that you need to have at least played Dream Drop first in order for it to make sense.
I know. It's got that fucking time travel.
That too. But no, there's going to be a couple of terms in there not related to time travel that are like the crux of 3's plot that if you don't know them will make nothing make sense. Also, you know, who doesn't want to enjoy Ben Diskin Xehanort being a cuck?
True.
It's really, really funny how they try to make young Xehanort seem cool at first, and then you spend any amount of time actually listening to him. It's like, no, he's just a big incel.
Awesome.
I mean, Xehanort in general is kind of an incel.
Yeah.
We've not actually played any of the... no, we've played one boss for a game of Japanese. That's Toshiro, Romy Park, Edward Elric, Tamari.
Okay, so holding R1 can also transition to the stance too. Trying to figure out what all you can do.
If you hold R1 and then either tap square or press R1 and then R1 again, you can actually do a double stinger.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah, double tap it.
Hold it, go into the stance, and he'll yank it out again.
And then can you chain that into his energy swings? Yeah.
Actually, wait, hang on. Kinda. Wait. Oh, interesting. Yeah. So I was holding down R1. That kept me in the stance. I pressed triangle. It did the vertical slash at first, or sorry, horizontal, and then the forward slice.
Ultima, I'm drawing a blank. Could you please remember, help me remember what this man's name is? He is very funny joke man. He's also Tony Oliver. For the life of me, I just can't remember his name right now.
Button for this.
I
know it's not the boss, but fuck it. Just an example. Boom.
See, now the funny thing about this is because this character is a joke character, they literally die in 2 normal attacks.
Oh.
So that's why, because I had to play.
Oh, proof positive.
That's why it's so funny that in many of the runs of Basara 3 where we had to keep this stage in, I would try as much as I could to, because his boss characters are, you get to the arena, they're visible, but they're not actually interactable before the cutscene.
Yeah.
He's one of the only ones where you actually can't attack him before the cutscene triggers.
Huh.
So if you have like a projectile character, you can actually kill him before his cutscene triggers. Just
Cage is going right for this, damn. Whew, stage just opened up quite a bit. Okay, which way am I going first? Probably just this way.
Yeah, down, left, up.
Yep, I'm gonna take over that left base first. It seems like a good idea.
So in this stage, you don't technically need to take care of the bases, just the bosses, but I mean, still may as well.
Yeah.
Before you take care of the boss on the top left, go to the inlet area on the very top. You get to show off one of the things that only happens in a couple of stages in Basara. But the deal's actually kind of useless because this stage isn't actually that big, or at least most characters move through it fast enough that it's not an issue enough to need it.
Yeah, where am I going? Top?
Yeah, up and to the right. Okay, go around then. You cannot break that yet.
Damn. Skill issue.
You double tap forward. You want to run.
Oh, yeah.
Ignore the boss. Just keep going to the right.
All right. You know, it's actually funny. This is actually kind of running off of Devil May Cry 4 method of running, where you just hold down long enough, eventually you do start running.
Yeah.
You are so, like, did you, I don't think you played Vanilla 4.
Yes, I did.
Oh, you did play Vanilla 4. How much of it? Did you actually beat it?
I don't know if I... Yeah, no, it's a short enough game that I would have actually finished it.
Okay, so you two know about the pain of the original dash mechanic.
Yes.
So originally back in old DMC games, you didn't have the dash mechanic. You had 4, it was introduced, but you had to run for like 10 seconds before it actually kicked in.
Yeah.
Which is still insane to me. Definitely one of the really good things that the special edition brought about with it.
Do you have a dash at all in DMC?
See,
continue to go north.
See, Dante's, the level's actually compact enough. I don't think it matters that much.
Left.
Wait, left?
Left.
I was going this way.
No, left. That is
here.
Yes.
I don't know if you mean left in terms of my lateral position or on the map.
And then turn around.
Way.
Well, there's those, but somewhere in this area. Actually, wait, turn around one more time.
I'm gonna try out the alcove up there.
Okay, so I don't remember where it is in this stage, but thought it was on the top right. There's supposed to be a horse you can get to ride around and do bad attacks with, but you get a horse in some stages in Basara. It's not really necessary here, and you run very slightly faster, slower than some characters' run speeds, slower than some characters' attack speeds when you're being cute.
See, I was wondering about that because I remember that would generally being the case. Like, you could just get some of the, like, some horses back in the original game.
Yeah, it's not a regular mechanic like in Dynasty Warriors where you have a horse at all times. It's just some stages, if they think they're big enough, they'll just give you a horse, or sometimes you have to do a horse race. The other thing that the horses can do is that they can break through barriers. They're never going to give you enough time to actually let you get that off.
I know, it's feeling greedy. Fuck it. We ball.
Really?
From this stage, though, PS3? If you guys can't hear it, Brandon's PS3 fan just decided to start kicking into overdrive a little bit.
You don't even have anything to render. This is just a field of ice.
You know what I'm starting to wonder is I'm wondering if it might be the what's it called? The thermal paste on the PS3 just easy to replace in general.
This is a super slim. This is when they had that issue ironed out.
Yeah, that's my only thought process, because now that I know about a bit more about PC building, thanks to doing it for a little while now, I can't wonder if that's what it is. But like, yeah, this isn't even that demanding of a game. Hell, MT Framework is a famously light engine to run.
Literally.
Wait, which boss am I going to go after?
Down. Right. I mean, you have to fight them both. Order doesn't really matter, but you're closer to this one as well.
Yeah.
That's going to be a left.
Gagey first. Okay, that's fine.
Yeah. It's like, yeah, I thought for a second you were going to suggest something to the effect of, because we've already opened up a handful of things already, why not have Taylor open it and see if they can fix it?
No.
Yeah, I don't trust something on the scale of a console. That's too big. And I don't want to lose this console of all things.
And also, I would not want Taylor to start fixing consoles without like some compensation of some kind.
Yeah.
Despite the fact that Taylor does have an itch for like engineering from their dad, like I'm still not gonna ask him to do like just willy-nilly stuff.
Yeah, too.
What? Yeah, we'll try the big boy punish. Why not?
Yeah.
Can I readjust though? Hopefully I can re-aim. Yes. Well, it fucks somebody's day up.
Unfortunately, after that, you have to be like directly in front of them.
Yeah. I imagine there's gotta be some steps you can do. Maybe like with a tag character, you can like freeze a boss and then like tag back in and you're good to go.
No, sadly, your other character just disappears. Like, you'll notice that Mitsunari isn't even here.
Ooh.
Yeah, instant. Doesn't matter what their health is, it is an instant kill.
Okay, so are they always dizzied like that after clash?
Yeah, after a clash and after a parry. You have them incapacitated for like 3 seconds.
That is fantastic. Anyway, how much damage does it do uncharged? Still a pretty good amount of damage, actually.
Yeah. You can charge it for slightly more damage, but the most prominent thing is the insta-kill.
Oh, yeah. That is... It's funny. Those kinds of attacks, they're not always just meant to go for the insta-kill. The threat of them will force enemies to make a move on you, so you can get the uncharged versions on them. That's like unblockables in Tekken, for instance. Like, Miguel has an unblockable that will instantly kill an opponent, but, like, it takes forever to come out. But because the opponents don't want to get hit by that, like, they'll probably try to move on him. But the trick is Miguel can block out of that. So it's always just meant for bait, more or less.
Yeah, and you can trigger that a lot easier in 4, where your L2 button in that game makes it so that your partner character will specifically attack the ring that you have them centered on. So you can have them attack an enemy. That'll stun them for a couple of seconds, and if they don't get sent too far away, you can charge it for insta-kill.
Yeah.
That's a good.
I just had a realization. I just don't really find Kasuga hot in general.
Oh, I don't either, and I never have.
Like, I just had that moment. I'm like, I should feel some level of attraction to her, maybe, but like, nah, it's just not there.
No. For starters, she is just incredibly annoying.
That too, but I'm not even going to there. It's just like the design. Yeah, okay, girl in skipping jumpsuit. I get that. Nah, fuck you.
Sailor Moon Ninja sounds funny at first, but eh.
Can't tell exactly what it is. Maybe it's like the weird contortions her back and legs do.
Oh my god. Oh yeah, no, you haven't seen her. You have, but you wouldn't remember it. Her menu pose in 4 especially, where she looks like she's attempting to do the I'm bending so far back that I'm bending forward thing.
Yeah.
That Hancock does, only this is in a context where you can actually see someone's spine and it looks like the tiniest bit of force would snap them in two, and it looks like the most painful thing in the world.
Yeah.
I can feel the onset scoliosis. Mother.
He was lying on the ground for a long time during that. I have an idea. He just kind of wants a guard. There we go.
It will go through guards. If it makes contact, it does it.
Oh, yeah. For that much work to get it out, I sure hope it does. Middle stage? I imagine.
Yeah, center stage.
We are sure looking at ice texture.
Again, nothing to load. Oh, this cutscene is different. Okay, so they actually have dialogue. Because normally the cutscene for this stage is him staring off the mountain and then jumping.
I will say this is a very neat entrance for him, though.
Oh, yeah.
Like, it's just a shame that in the grand scale of things, like, his design is, like, really kind of rough for the whole series, especially compared to Tiger Kai, but man, that is still a nice to look at.
It's goofy and flamboyant, and I would take it over the Samurai Warriors design.
I think it's more just flat. I think it's more what it is.
The thing they're going for is completely covered head to toe and voiced by a woman that plays androgynous characters, because the rumor of the era was that people actually thought that Uesugi Kenshin was actually a woman.
Huh.
Because they never married, they never had children.
Because that's never happened before.
And they looked androgynous for the standards of 1500s. And
because there's never been femboys invented before the modern century.
No, this isn't a Basara thing. This is actually
I know.
context.
I know. It's just funny for people to have that train of thought. Like, I don't know, guys. There's not a lot of there, personally.
I mean, now, if it was written nowadays, they probably would have said non-binary or something, but no, they didn't have a concept for that at the time, so they said, oh, this person with a man's name looks very feminine, so they're probably a woman.
Yeah, we hadn't yet invented the concept of they-them pussy, unfortunately.
I don't remember where I read this, but I remember reading that, like, the first in modern history, the reference to being transgender was in, like, the 1890s.
I mean, it's existed well before that anyway, but
right. But in a context that nowadays people will understand or see at a glance, like feeling like they were born in the wrong body or however it used to be referred.
Yeah,
would be like 130 years ago. Whereas, yeah, I'm sure there's definitely historical references to that throughout time. Just like how people get upset about the gays now, not realizing that like 500 to 1,000 years ago, it was the gays that ruled Italy.
Yep. I-frame, homie. Can't tell if I'm hitting the right one. I'm not hitting the right one.
You are not.
Eh, whatever. It gives me hero time. That's all I need.
Yeah.
All right, here's how we're gonna go. Tech. Yeah. Can we tech catch? Maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah, there we go.
Hell yeah.
Dead on arrival. That's probably the way you can cheese the higher difficulties, honestly.
Yeah, this is also how they make up for not having a ton of story content, is making sure that there is actually a dedicated cutscene in every stage for each character.
That's interesting. We have our costume on, but we went back to some different swords.
Right, that's the weird thing about Basara, is that your weapons are preloaded, but your costume is not.
Interesting. Huh.
So that makes me curious about...
But like the character intros, like that's not the case, because they will load with whatever weapon they have. Like that's why we saw Keiji running around the Keyblade earlier.
Yeah.
Strange. Odd.
Well, character intros are different from actual story cutscenes.
That's fair.
Those are rendered in engine because they have to reflect what weapon correlation difficulty that you're on.
Yeah.
But like I'm thinking about the pre-rendered costume versus weapon, and like in 4, the character Munishige Tachibana, the chainsaw man, has a costume where he's literally wearing a theme park mascot outfit that makes him like twice his size.
Yeah.
So like imagining that flashing with weapons that in some cutscenes go straight up to like someone's body or something, but trying to hold it back. It's like, oh, this is pierced in my mesh suit or something. Insta-kill Moonslash for the win.
Oh, yeah.